Hi, and welcome to Strap a Watch. I'm Michael Knapp, Michael Knapp Leather, the ROLEX MILGAUSS. Those of you who've been following my channel know that my Z Blue dial ROLEX MILGAUSS is my favorite watch in my personal collection. And there are so many fellow MILGAUSS peeps out there, and we're just a different breed. You know, we really are. Those of you who are fellow MILGAUSS wearers know exactly what I'm talking about. There's an absolute love-hate relationship with the product, even in the Rolex community, which we just don't get. I've talked about this in the past. You know, it was developed in 1956 for scientists, and there's a rich history to the line. And so, I mean, on this week's episode, what you're going to do is see me hand make a deep blue Shinki Hikaku shell Cordovan strap for a customer. He's already ordered 4 straps. His name is Chris. He's a doctor up in Anchorage, Alaska. Hey, Chris, thank you for everything, brother. I mean, it's pretty neat, and that's what's so cool about Strap a Watch is I have become friends with so many of you. Chris and I have had, you know, many phone calls, a lot of emails and text messaging back and forth. We've been bouncing ideas to try to incorporate maybe him getting on a future episode to kind of highlight, because Chris owns all 3 of the modern Rolex watches, the black dial, the white dial that's been discontinued, and the Z Blue dial. I think that's what this newer strap he's asked me to make him. So I did the 4, and then he ordered 3 new ones, a total of 7. The other 2 I'm working on right now, actually. It's a black alligator and a dark brown alligator. So I finished this one today, and so I threw it on my Z Blue dial. Chris, hope you don't mind. I just want to always make sure everything fits well, and it does. It's absolutely beautiful. And then this way it gave me an opportunity to take some final shots of the final product, you know, with it on the watch head itself. So pretty cool. So that's what you're going to see on today's episode. We'll talk a little bit about the ROLEX MILGAUSS. I got some information for you guys. If you're looking at getting a strap made for a ROLEX MILGAUSS, that is pretty important to know. And also on the second half, it's a little bonus footage. Those of you also have been watching my channel know I'm a motorcycle enthusiast. A lot of us in the watch world are motorcycle enthusiasts too. But I bought my wife a new motorcycle back this summer, and I've been so busy, and it has been so hot. I had bought her these auxiliary lights. I showcased it on an earlier episode. It was the one where I showcase how to make belts. So you can always go back, watch that. But I took a little cruise. I got the lights on this morning. I woke up, it was about 68 degrees. It had kind of cooled down here in Florida. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get that done. What I thought would take me about an hour took 3. And then I took a cruise to cool down with. So that's what you're going to see on this second half of today's show. Stick around. After the intro, we'll get right into it. Thank you so much for joining me today on Strap a Watch, and here is the deep blue Shinki Hikaku shell Cordovan. I'm telling you, Shinki Hikaku shell Cordovan is the Rolls Royce. There's nothing better in the world. I can say that with a surety because I've worked with so many leathers for over 30 years. Even better than Horween shell Cordovan, guys. And yes, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I cannot imagine this, but I've been talking to some older gentlemen. You know, I'm an audio prosthologist. I own and operate a hearing clinic as well. This is me mounting these Denali D2 headlights on my wife's motorcycle. You're going to see me do this here for a little while. But I work at that now, Mondays and Tuesdays, you know, all day until about 5, 6 o'clock at night. Typically half days on Wednesdays and Thursdays to be in the leather studio and I have Fridays off to be in the leather studio all weekend. This is my motorcycle. So these are my Denali D2s. I put these on about 4 years ago, and they just throw out a lot of light, makes things a lot safer. Here's the whole kit with the wiring harness. That's what I'm doing right here, and that's what I forgot was such a pain in the butt and took so much longer than I had anticipated. But one of the things that came to my attention in the last couple of weeks, I've been talking to some of my older patients that are guys that I've really gotten to know, and I talk to them about my channel, and I show them watch straps that I'm wearing and stuff like that. And I even, while we're in my office, I got a pretty good size 39-inch monitor, and I'll show them, my channel. I'll show them some of the stuff. And, oh, I'll check that out. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. Oh, you got to subscribe? Well, you got to pay for that, right? And I was like, what? No. 3 different guys thought you had to pay for a YouTube subscription. I mean, what an eye-opener. So now that I know this, I'm going to put that kind of statement on there. It's free to subscribe. And, here I'm trying to build this channel, and I had no idea. A lot of people thought you had to pay to subscribe. No, we do all this absolutely for free to put all this content out. Yeah, I just monetize the site. You don't make money doing this. I mean, it's fractions of pennies, you guys. It really is. I mean, I monetized my site like 3 weeks ago, and I've made like $5. I mean, really kind of think about it. After thousands of views of all the different channels or all the different shows I put out. That's one cool thing about a lot of my subscribers have contacted me. Let's say you're a newer subscriber, and they'll say, you got such a great show. I find myself binge watching your show. I'll watch, 5 shows in a row. It's so relaxing. And that's what happens a lot. I might not get very many views right away, maybe a few hundred, 500, whatever. But then over time, you go back and you look at some of my older episodes, and you'll see they're in the thousands. That's because people binge watch. They go back and they watch older content, which is, to me, pretty cool. But wow, what an eye-opener that you think you have to pay for a YouTube subscription. But no, all those things help. So yeah, please subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell notification. All that does is notify you when I put out a new episode. Hit the like button. That really helps out. And so do comments, even if it's just one word. And it just really helps, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Here I am saddle stitching. A lot of people like to watch me saddle stitch. I don't know why. I get that comment too. But I'll tell you what, you guys, I've been leather crafting for over 30 years. And now, most of you know, I've only really niched down to just solely watch straps a little over a year and a half ago now. So, and in that time, I have made hundreds and hundreds of straps. And I'll tell you what, I have got these babies down now. I really do. It's like with any type of art, in the beginning you kind of copy, other people's work. But I mean, check this out. I've got my total own style. I've got my own way of doing things. In the beginning, it was kind of copying other types of straps. I don't know anybody else that straps right on through stitches right on through underneath the actual main keeper. When you see another strap maker, they usually will stop just before and then do another stitch on the other side, right where the buckle tongue goes, the prong. I stitch right through it by hand. Even Mark Wolfson, he had about a 1/2 inch main keeper that he wanted me to put on there, and I hand stitched right through that. That was a pain in the butt, but I did it. And speaking of Mark Wolfson, I'll tell you what, this is a guy I did that sports strap for. This is how cool this channel has become for me. It's everything I envisioned, really, because I wanted to create a community of like-minded people who are really into watches, mechanical watches especially, and automatic movement watches, and leather straps. And I've made so many great friends, like this Chris guy in Alaska. We've had great calls and emails. He sent me so many pictures of his property up in Alaska and everything. But Mark Wolfson and I had a phone call the other night for about an hour, and it was just great. So this is what I wanted to inform you guys of. So this is a tan Rocado shell Cordovan that I made this strap for my Milgauss a long time ago. I did a complete review on my Milgauss some time ago. I'll leave a link right here. And I made this strap on this show. Well, this was the first strap that I ever made for a Milgauss. All right. And I had no idea how closely set the lug pins are to the actual watch head. And if you saw there's a mark right in the middle where the lug pins are, where the strap is hitting the watch head. So there are two sizes of lug pins. There's 1.8 and 1.5s. If you're getting it, especially like a quick release lug pin set up for a Milgauss, get the 1.5s. Make sure they're, it's being made if it's not from me, I'll know if you tell me it's for a Milgauss. But if you're getting one made by somebody else, or you're just purchasing a strap that has quick release, you need to know if it's 1.5 instead of 1.8, because otherwise it's probably going to rub unless the leather is very thin. Now at Chris's right here, you can see I put curved lug pins on all 7 of his straps. And I try and talk Milgauss people into getting curved lug pins. If they're really set on getting quick release, I'll do it, but I'll skive it very thin, like I said, and put on a 1.5 quick release spring bar lug pins. So, and here you're seeing the final product. Oh man, I can't wait till I'm done with these 2 alligator straps for you too, Chris. They're coming along great. Just allowing glue to dry up overnight. I'll get them all stitched up, hopefully all tomorrow. We'll see how tomorrow goes. But my plan is to be into the leather studio all day tomorrow. So I just really appreciate all of you subscribers and anybody viewing the channel. And I hope you enjoy this, this type of content, my shows. I put a lot into these shows. I really do. And I just thank you so much for joining me. It's just awesome. So again, have a great week. I'll see you next weekend, and until next time, God bless and keep on ticking.